Have you ever felt that rise of panic when someone hands you a gift and you don't have one in return? We're going to fix that today. Welcome to October. We're talking about the holidays. Hello, and welcome to the Bla Bla Black Sheep podcast, where I, Sarah Korth of SEK Handmade, answer your yarny questions. Yes, it is October. Yeah, we're going to talk about the holidays. Today I'm going to be wearing my other Bristol cowl, and in a really fun way that I just love because it's so unique. I'm going to wear it upside down. So I'm going to put it on with the point sticking up. Just going to stick it over my head, kind of pull down the bottom so that it covers where I want it to cover, and then I'm going to fold the point down so that it lays over the top of the rest of the cowl. I really love how squishy and cozy and kind of messy, but intentionally messy it looks. It's a lot of fun. This yarn is by Sweet Pea and Sparrow. It is the colorway Into the Woods. I really love it. It has a lot of variation and nuance in the yarn, and it is a non-superwash, and I gotta say, I'm surprised at how much I really love it. So I encourage you to try out her non-superwash base. It's super duper soft. As always, links to the pattern and the yarn and the introduction video, if you want more styling tips, are in the show notes below, so go check those out. All right, let's get to today's question. It almost never fails that I forget someone around the holidays, usually a neighbor or someone similar. What are a few simple gifts I could make up and have on hand? I think this is genius. It seems like no matter how much planning we do, every once in a while we need a gift quick. And I think having a few I hate to use the word generic, but kind of general handmade gifts laying around makes the person feel special because they're getting something handmade and allows you to be prepared ahead of time. So we're going to do another pattern roundup. I have 5 categories and 2 patterns in each category, and I've tried to pick things that are pretty unisex, universal, don't take a lot of fitting, and that can be made up, a lot of them using maybe some leftover yarn from gifts you are already going to make. That way you can make them up, stick them somewhere safe, and then if you come up with somebody you need a gift for, you can pull it out and go ahead and just give it. So the theme, less stress, less stress. Our first category is mitts. A whole mitten or a glove can be a lot to make, but mitts can be made using a super simple shape. They're universal to fit. The fact that they're fingerless makes them really usable by lots of people. And even if you live in a slightly warmer climate like the southern United States, on a chilly morning, a mitt is a nice in-between between bare hands and, a full-on glove. My first suggestion is the 3 Marketeers mittens by Camilla Magnuson. These really caught my eye because of the multicolor. I thought, that's perfect for using up scraps of leftover yarn. You can make them in lots of different colors. Maybe if you're like me and you live in a state that has a big professional team, we have the Green Bay Packers, you could make them in a team color or the high school team color. Oh my gosh, this might even be great, if your kid comes home and is like, hey, I want to give the coach a gift. And you're like, was not planning on that. This would be a great solution to that. This pattern uses Aran weight yarn, which is like a heavy worsted weight. So again, great for using up those scraps of either a really light bulky, if you don't have a lot of Aran hanging around, or a heavy worsted weight yarn. The second pattern is a pattern of mine. It is the Kellen mitts. They use a worsted weight yarn. This is a super, super fun texture. I'm really in love with these, and a great way to keep yourself interested because you can learn a really gorgeous new Tunisian crochet stitch and end up with a really great gift. The main hand of this pattern is worked flat and seamed, so super simple, and then you do some applied ribbing around the bottom to give it a very mitteny look. My next suggestion is a basket. This is great for organizing. It would be a great hostess gift if you're going over to somebody's house for a party. You could throw a few things inside as like a little thank you for having us, whether it's like a little candle for them to spoil themselves, or maybe some lotion, or a great like handmade addition to like a fun movie night where you throw some popcorn and candy and a movie theater gift card in there, or self-care where you throw in some face masks and cute fingernail polish or something. So this could be the basis of a lot of really cool gifts, but it could also just be just the gift in and of itself, because what a neat way for people to store things in their house than a handmade basket. It's just gorgeousness. So my first suggestion is one of my patterns. This is the First Bud basket, and it has a really gorgeous edge on it that is pretty feminine. But if you wanted to make sure that the gifts you had around were unisex, you could go ahead and just leave that off. It's a nice sturdy basket and is worked up in super bulky yarn, so it works up lickety split. My second suggestion is the Practically Perfect Petite Pots, say that 5 times fast, by Michelle Musket. These are little nesting baskets. I believe it's a group of 3 baskets within the pattern. And what a great way to make up several of those and gift them all together, or to make up several of them and gift them all separately. They've got lots of great uses, from storing trinkets to putting, makeup things in, to setting under or around a little potted plant. They're really, really cute. This pattern uses bulky weight yarn, which again makes it super quick to work up. My next suggestion would be a coaster. This is something pretty much everybody needs around their house and is a really great hostess gift, especially as you go over. They can set them out and have the beautiful gift and not end up with rings on their wooden furniture. I picked out 2 cute patterns that work up fast so that you can make a little bundle of them and have them for whenever you need a gift. My first coaster suggestion does not have the most adorable name, but it is super cute. The name of the pattern is, let me get this right, Coaster C0001 by Isen Designs by Elena. It is an Aran weight, and the snowflower, the snowflakey look of it, I think, is perfect for winter. It uses an Aran weight yarn, so again, it would work up very quickly. One of my most popular coaster patterns is the reverse shell coaster. This is a great way to learn a new stitch, add a cute little border to a simple circle coaster, and it's maybe, a little less themey than the snowflake, and so if you don't use it over the winter, it would be a great thing that you could give out later on throughout the year too. My next suggestion is a wine bottle cozy. I know, especially around the holidays, people love to give out bottles of wine or spirits as hostess gifts or just gifts to friends, and having a little handmade element of like almost gift wrap to it, I think makes it really special. I have the most fun Tunisian crochet pattern. It's called the On Cloud wine bottle cover, and it's so cute. You work this really fun technique where you work solid and then create this mesh section. While you could leave the mesh section out, I think this is especially fun for wine bottles that have a really pretty label, and if I'm being honest, I mostly shop wine by label. So you can have the handmade element of the gift bag and show off that pretty label you found too. I found this very festive wine bottle cover called the Chardonnay wine bottle cover by Marie Brunei. And I just think this is so festive and fun. It looks like it would be a lot of fun to work up and is very holiday inspired. Of course, it reminds me of candy canes. And now I want a candy cane. Both wine bottle covers use worsted weight yarn, which if you're like me, you already have a ton of in your stash. It'd be easy to whip one of these up and keep a bottle of wine to have ready for gifting anytime you need it. You will not be shocked to know that I love cup cozies and I love gifting cup cozies. I'm going to say this is one of the best suggestions I have, and here's why. 1, super quick to make up. 2, use up scrap yarn. 3, super easy to store. They're so tiny and flat. 4, lots and lots of people, especially in the winter, love a good hot beverage. So it is a super easy gift to go ahead and pair with even a $5 gift card to a local coffee shop. I'm going to get up on my soapbox here and tell you that as a former teacher, I would have loved a gift of a cute little coffee cozy and a gift card, even a few dollars, to a local coffee shop, because as a teacher, I didn't make a lot of money and it always felt like a splurge to pick up a fancy coffee. So having a little handmade cozy to go on my coffee and not have to pay for it, it's like living the dream. My suggestions for cozies, though there are a million of them out there that all meet those requirements I just shared, are my Delilah cozy. This is a super fast cozy to work up and a very mindless project. To me, it's the perfect thing to sit in front of the TV at the end of a long day and just go with. You could make a bunch of these and be ready to go super fast. The Delilah cozy uses worsted weight yarn, so again, you probably have some of that hanging around. My second suggestion is this gorgeously textured cozy. It is called the Richard Cuppy cozy, and it is by Sunflower Cottage Creations. I just really love the texture of this one, and with the Aran weight yarn that it uses, it'd work up super quick. I hope out of all of those patterns you found even just 1 or 2 that inspire you to have a couple little gifts laying around the house in case of emergency, so that you can be sure that this holiday season you will not have to stress with any last minute gifts. Reverting back to October and Halloween, let's talk small businesses. I was so excited to dig out my Cheeky Ceramics mug. You know I love Cheeky Ceramics. This mug is so fun. I love the ghostly, oh my gosh, what is that called? Glaze. That's what it's called on the side. I think the little ghosts with their polka dots are just so adorable. And I love the saying, I'm a hot mess without coffee, which is true. In honor of the fall, I also pulled out a pair of my fall-ish earrings. These are by P's and Q's Colorful Designs. They've got this really nice back on them, which is why it was taking me a while to take them off. But it's really nice because I know they're not going anywhere. And it's this cute little gold disc and these adorable clay leaves. Polymer clay is wonderful. It, what am I saying? It's lightweight, so you can have lots of fun designs on it, and it feels like you're wearing almost nothing. Announcements, there's not a lot of them. The Sybil Shawl Mystery Cal has started. It is not too late to join in. If you have joined in and you're like, whoa, Sarah, I want to promise you that this first section is by far the largest section, and the next 4 sections you're going to be able to whip up real quick. So if you don't get through this section this first week, you'll be able to catch up. I promise. No stress. No stress. That's what we're working on. No stress. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was wonderful chatting with you. I hope that this allows you to stress less this holiday season. That is 100% my goal. I would love it if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and maybe even share this video with a friend who could use a little inspiration for small gifts to have on hand. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you for joining me this week. We'll see you next week, and happy crafting!